Good day, everyone. Welcome back again to our subject, Practical Research 2. And I am your PR2 instructor again, Sir Kevin. Come on, let us study the new lesson for today. Defining terms in the study and writing coherent review of literature. One key to setting up, conducting an effective argument is the establishment of clear, precise, and effective definitions for the key terms in the study, and this is definition of terms. In this case, your readers will agree with you. The researcher from the start should show what is exactly under discussion. An important part in writing a research in an academic discipline is to give definitions of key terms. Sometimes you need to adapt the definitions or else come up with your own. A few principles to keep in mind are: first, make sure that in the definition you focus on what something is, not just what its effects are or what it is used for. Second, extend the definition so that it exactly covers what you want the reader to understand, especially the words from your title. Number 3, it is helpful to supplement a definition where appropriate to clarify further the meaning of the term. Number 4, you are advised to not invent a definition for any term which has already a clear and accepted definition in place, because it can cause confusion to the readers. And finally, once you establish a definition, do not change its meaning in the middle of the article or the paper. Understanding operational definitions. It refers to a specific definition of a concept in a research study. It defines a concept solely in terms of the operations or methods used to produce and measure it. Once you decide on a particular operational definition for your study, no one can agree about the definition of the concept of your study. Operational definitions help researchers to communicate about their concepts, hence the need to operationally define your concepts. And here are the two types of operational definitions. First, we have the experimental operational definition, which describes how a term's reference is manipulated. Example: chocolate cake will be described based on the recipe to make it. Therefore, the researcher has his own definition of cake depends on how he made it. Second, measured operational definition, which describes how reference of a term are measured. Example: chocolate cake will consist of the description of the flavor, texture, appearance, and other properties of the cake. The chocolate cake defines how it measured and defines how it looks physically. On the other hand, we have another ways of classifying operational definitions. First, we have manipulating operational definition. Examples: short class defines as one lasting less than 50 minutes. Long class defines one lasting more than 50 minutes. So as you can see on the examples, these are manipulated by the researcher. It depends on how the researcher manipulates it. Second, measurement operational definition. Examples: short class defines as one ending before screaming begins. Long class defines as one still in session when percentage class is squirming or looking out of the window. So as you can see, these are defined by its measurement and its scientific explanation. the definition also written in paragraph. For example, the dictionary definition of term illegal immigration is the migration of people across national borders in a way that violates the immigration laws of the destined country. So it is a denotative meaning from Merriam-Webster's 1993. So in this paper, the term illegal immigration used to mean non-residents who enter a country without an acceptable passport or visa. In addition, here are other suggestions in formulating definitions. Step 1, we have the adjective plus noun combinations. Select the terms of your thesis statements such as illegal immigration, school uniforms, campus romance. So as you can see, here are the examples of adjective plus noun combination. Illegal is the adjective followed by the noun combination. So illegal modifies immigration, school modifies uniforms, campus, and romance. Next, we have the verbs. Select the terms of your thesis statement. Verbs such as influence, affect, determine. So as you can see, these are the examples of verbs. So as a researcher, you must know the subject-verb agreement to determine if it is singular or plural verb. Verbs plus adjective combination. For examples, we have is more effective or bigger, can be determinal. For example, educational video is more effective. So as you can see, is and or, these are linking verbs followed by adjective combinations. And can, this is a modal verb followed by adjective combination also, be verb plus adjective. Step 4, adverb plus verb combination. Negatively influence, positively affect. So these examples, they begin with negatively and positively. So they begin with the verb with ly followed by the verb combination, which are the influence and affects. Step 5, for your own definition. Use the following formats. First, in this essay, the term is used to mean your own meaning inside the quote marks. So the researcher must put quotation marks to the definition to put emphasis. In this essay, the term illegal immigration is used to mean people visa. So as you can see, the researcher puts emphasis on the word people visa because illegal immigration defines it. In this essay, the term influence is used to define to affect something in some way. So the researcher has his own meaning of influence based on his own insight. But it should always be factual. For step 6, we have the list format. You can write in list format the term being defined is in italics. So we have the term A and the term B for your own list of definitions. Last, we have the step 7, use your research notes. A reference list of an online dictionary or thesaurus should include headword, title of the source, date of publication of source, full URL of the site, and date you access the dictionary to avoid plagiarism. Let us now proceed to review of related literature. Literature review. So it requires the ability to do multiple tasks from finding and evaluating relevant material to synthesizing information from various sources, from critical thinking to paraphrasing, evaluating, and citation skills. In order to avoid plagiarism, you have the proper citation and paraphrase the text from the experts. A good review does not just summarize the literature but discusses it critically, identifies methodological problems, and prints out research gaps. It is indeed challenging to achieve a successful review and make it coherent given the purposes and goals of your research, including the objectives or the rationale of your study. Coherence. It refers to how well a manuscript holds together as a unified document. The document must have unity to avoid confusion. This requires that you carefully evaluate the effectiveness of the rhetorical elements of your document that tell the reader about its structure and about the relationships among the examples. The use of subheadings is a great help, and the transitional expressions and other kinds of rhetorical markers also help to identify the connection among the different sections, as in the next example or in a related study. The most recent or relevant finding in a study. It is important to find a study that is current or present for more reliable and valid study. Use first, second, third at the beginning of your paragraphs to mark the development of the related points. Ways of citation. Author-oriented citation. It starts with the surname of the author followed by the year of publication in parentheses. Verbs of statements such as argues, posits, and emphasizes as the start of paragraph or sentence be used. This is the example. Pulido 2012 and then followed by the paragraph. As you can see, it starts with the surname. The paragraph begins with the author. So it starts with the surname followed by the year with an open and closed parentheses without any punctuation marks. Second, text-oriented citation. A paragraph from a sentence or source is followed with the surname of the author of the work and the year of publication. The citation must be enclosed in parentheses. Example. In the paragraph, it begins with the paragraph and ends with the citation. The citation has an open and closed parentheses. The author is inside the parentheses, followed by comma, and the year of publication. Third, another way of citation starts the sentence or paragraph by using the phrase according to, followed by the surname of the author and the year of publication enclosed in parentheses. Example. According to Mendoza, followed by the year of publication with an open and closed parenthesis and comma. You can also use cited by if the reference is from the internet or thesis. Goodbye everyone. Thank you for listening and watching my video discussion. See you next meeting.